percent change related to the percent equation? Think about this question during the lesson. The percent change describes how much a quantity has changed relative to its original amount. The percent change can be an increase or decrease. This alligator was 32 inches long last year. This year, the alligator is 38 inches in length. What is the percent change of the alligator's length? Before you make a model for the problem, ask yourself, what representation can show the change in the alligator's length? For step 1, draw a bar diagram to represent the percent change from last year to this year. The alligator was 32 inches last year and 38 inches this year. Is the change from last year to this year a percent increase or percent decrease?
Select your answer.
The bottom bar represents the original value of 32 inches, which is the whole, or 100%. The top bar represents the current value of 38 inches, which is the part. Here is the original length of 32 inches, and the change in length of 6 inches is the percent change. The percent change is a percent increase because the alligator's length increased. The next step is to use the percent equation to find the percent change. Remember that part is equal to percent times whole. This time, to find the percent change, we need to compare the change in length and the original length. Our equation is change in length is equal to percent change times original length. Substitute our information. 6 is equal to P times 32. So, P is 6/32. Notice that P is a ratio, which we can rewrite as a percent. How would you rewrite it? It's the ratio of the change in length to the original length. Use division to write the ratio as a decimal. To express the decimal as a percent, multiply it by 100. The alligator's length increased by 18 75/100% this year. That's a lot to grow in 1 year. Maybe we should stand a little further away. Now you know how to solve a percent increase problem using the percent equation. You can solve similar problems involving percent decrease using the same equation.
What will be the length of the alligator next year if its length changes by the same percent as it changed this year?
So the percent change is 0.1875, and again they took the percentage, put it over 100, and that's how they got the 0.1875. The length this year is 38 inches, and you multiply that together, you get 7.125, and then you take the 38, which is the length this year, you add it to the 7 and 125 thousandths, and that will equal 45 and 125 thousandths that the alligator will grow next year. And I'll write it again here. And that's it. 45 and 125 inches long.
Last year, a website had 40,000 visitors, and this year it had 37,000 visitors. What is the percent change in the number of visitors to the website from last year to this year?
The percent change is the percent decrease because the number of visitors decreased. That picture's not working. That's just the 40,000 visitors that visited the website that year. So, use the percent equation to find the percent change. So change in number of visitors is equal to the percent change times the number of visitors last year. So the 3,000 visitors is equal to P times 40,000. So they got to 3,000 because they subtracted 40 and 37. And then you multiplied it by 40,000. Then you have to divide by 40 on both sides, so they get P by itself. And 3,000 divided by 40,000 is equal to 0.75%. And then you would multiply that by 100, and it gives you 7.5% this year.
Sean estimated that the attendance at a college lacrosse game was 3,000. The actual attendance was 3,296. What is the percent error of Sean's estimate? Round to the nearest whole percent.
We're going to use the absolute value to find the positive difference between the estimated and actual attendance. Then use the percent equation to find the percent error. It is always a positive percent. So we have 3,000 minus 3,296, and that equals the percent error times the actual attendance. So they subtracted those two, got 296. The percent times the 3,296 in attendance to the game, the lacrosse game. Then you have to divide 296 and 3,296, and you get approximately 0.0898%, and then you multiply that by 100, and you have to round that 9 to 9% error of Sean's attendance.
The specification for the length of a bolt is 4 7/75 inches. A machinist makes a bolt that is 4 769 inches long. What is the percent error of the bolt's length?
Okay, let's follow the example. It said to take the difference. So I'm going to write out, you take the difference. And that is going to equal the percent error times the actual. Okay, so now let's look at that. Okay, so the difference of 4 7/75 and 4 7/69, we use a calculator. That is equal to 0.019 equals percent error. That's what we're solving for. And the actual length, 4 7/69, and then we have to divide by 4 7/69 on both sides. That cancels out. We're left with P and then we take the 0.019 and divide that by 4 and 769 using a calculator. Divided by 4 and 769. That equals 0 and 0.00398,406. I couldn't fit it all there. 406. And then we want to make that a percent. So we're going to take that number and multiply it by 100. And we get 0.398. And we're going to round to the nearest percent. And we'll round to the nearest percent. And then we'll get 4% error.